What's good? It's Chigozie. It's Sunday, June 23rd, 2019. And Gary Barnett would like to see more information about the flash crash of January 15th, 2015 regarding the euros and the Swissy. The euro and the Swiss franc were involved in the little theatrical stunt. But I mean, I don't want to use the word little because it's definitely more than that. This is the type of manipulation going on by the federal government. The Swiss National Bank, had all the idiot goyim, all the gullible sheep, believe that they're going to keep the euro and the Swissy pegged at 1.2. 120, Illuminati 120. So what does that mean? People are just bullish here. They profit off these small little price movements, thinking they'll be like this for a while. How could it ever sell off? And then, of course, they pulled the plug on that peg, and then it started selling off. And there's so many stop loss orders and everything. Because again, there was about 70 people long on this, and only 20 or 30% short. So of course, you take the unpopular side in forex and you profit. It's honestly the complete opposite of penny stock trading, where in momentum trading, where you want to go with the crowd, do what everyone else is doing. Here, you want to do the opposite, because you're going to get fucked by the big banks if you don't. So we're going to talk about this, how it happened, by the numbers, just to get some things out of the way. I mean, Switzerland equals 151. This is about the Swiss National Bank. This is a stunt from them, which is this one world order, Freemasonic, Zionist Jew, Jesuit federal government. Switzerland 151. S is the 19th letter, W is the 23rd. I is the 9th. Add them all, 151. So on 15/1 was the flash crash. 15/1. See? 15/1. This is when this happens. And this infographic will show better, tell you more about it. It happened at 4:30. Masonic 43, killing 43, 43 the 14th prime, dead 14, end 14. So I hope you get it. Crash equals 31, with the S exception. It happened on a date with 31 numerology. And don't forget, killing equals 115, Masonic 115. So just think about it. Let's look at this pairing. Killing equals 115 and 43 when you reverse the alphabetical order. So A is 26, Z is 1. You add the respective values together, 115, and then you apply numerology. So K is 16 when you reverse, 1 plus 6 is 7. You just do that the whole way on each digit. 43. See what I'm saying? Happened at 4:30 on 115. And the Swiss National Bank unexpectedly pulled the plug. But it happens to happen perfectly by this date numerology, by gematria. Again, Switzerland 151 on 15/1. Masonic 115/43. This is unbelievable. January 15th, 2015 was the day when the tsunami hit the financial markets. It was the day when millions of dollars were wiped out from global financial markets, and many big players of the forex exchange market suffered heavy losses, while some even announced bankruptcy. And I guarantee you, these big players who lost, none, or at most one or two, were affiliated with this gang. I'm sure the very big players, I'm sure JP Morgan and Chase profited off this move because they knew what was going to happen, because they are the federal government. They are this one world order. They put this on by the numbers. They run the Swiss National Bank by this code. On January 15th, 2015, the Swiss National Bank suddenly and unexpectedly, and again, how is it unexpected when it comes up by this gematria so easily? Remove the euro Swissy price peg, triggering a flash crash in the price of that currency pair, which consequently affected almost all currencies and stock markets around the globe. Again, on 115 at 4:30, killing 115.43. In this article, we are going to take a look on major factors responsible for the Euro-Swissy crash, market reactions, and its aftermaths. We're not going to read this entire thing, but we're going to see the history and see the infographic. To understand the Euro-Swissy crash of 2015, let's go back to 2011, when the exports of Switzerland were almost 70% of its gross domestic product. In order to keep exports cheap, the Swiss central bank made an unprecedented announcement on September 2015. The bank fixed the Swiss franc I just got kind of confused because they're making this announcement in September, but the crash happened earlier. Well, let's look at the gist of what they're trying to tell us. But we know it happened January 15th, 2015. That's important. The bank fixed the Swiss franc against the euro to 1.2 and vowed to safeguard this peg with unlimited intervention in the open market. And that's what I'm saying. So the government, this is the government, the Euro, the World Bank, the European Bank, the Swiss National Bank. This is all the federal government. Stop thinking it's just America and the White House and Donald Trump. Those are just actors. Donald Trump's just an actor. The White House is just a theater troupe from this one world order. The real federal government, the real American branch, is located at the Scottish Rite Freemasonic Temple in Washington, D.C. with the 33 pillars. In 1733, whatever avenue it's at. But anyway, the bank fixed this peg and vowed to safeguard this peg with unlimited intervention in the open market. And what do people think? Oh, it's Switzerland. They're so, they're so chill. They're so, that dumb fucking narrative from Switzerland. Oh, there's no war in Switzerland. Oh, they're so fair. Oh, they're this, they're that. They're just a neutral country. No, they're a tyrannical nation from the Zionist Jews, run by the Zionist Jews, by this code. The central bank kept its promise and printed millions of new francs. Who's printing the money? Who's printing the money? The false Jews. The central bank kept its promise and printed millions of new francs in order to balance the euro exchange rate. The bank also sold billions of francs in the foreign exchange market to keep its currency cheaper against the euro. In 2014, the central bank announced that it had amassed about 480 billion, Illuminati 48, Freemason 48, Hoax 48, Propaganda 48, 480 billion worth of foreign currency, equal to 70% of the Swiss GDP. During 2014, the euro depreciated against the major currencies, and consequently, the Swissy depreciated 12% against the US dollar. By the end of 2014, surveys showed that a majority of Swiss people were angry at the Swiss National Bank because of its decision to fix franc against the euro, which led to widespread inflation in the country. All planned, all purposeful. The banks benefited off every phase of this event. How Forex brokers went bankrupt overnight. Because a lot of brokers went bankrupt in this. If you weren't a dealing desk, if you were an ECN, if you were not a dealing desk, so you wouldn't be taking the other side of all your clients' trades, you got wiped out. So that kind of tells what we already read. Printing new money. So they're giving you this narrative saying, we're going to maybe remove the peg based on the people, but they don't even let you know when they're going to do it. That's the main thing. They didn't say, hey guys, we're going to remove the peg like this time. I mean, even then, it'd still probably crash, because everyone would just immediately react to the news. And then the exchange rate drops 20% within 1 minute, death 20. Traders try to use stop losses, but this fails to protect them from slippage. A lot of slippage. And there's people that profited off this, besides the banks too. People who are smart enough to be short up here, to say, well, look, I know that the government are a bunch of liars, they're a bunch of deceivers, they're not going to keep this peg indefinitely. You know, the non-gullible people, the people who can think for themselves, which are the short sellers in this case, they profited off of this. And this type of thing continues day in, day out. It's the same thing. The dumb money getting faded by the big banks. That is how Forex works. Every single day. It's how the federal government steals money from the people all the time. And they kind of have to. It's in their best interest to move their large orders around. So they kind of tell you more information on this. Traders end up with huge negative balances. Brokers are forced to cover clients' positions that surpass margin requirements, you know, making them go out of business, possibly. A lot of them did. And then the next day, a stock market crash reported losses of $1 billion, which again, if you were on the right side, you could have profited off that too. And think about it, guys. What we have done, we have been around. If we're doing this then, and we can do this any time this happens, what do we look at? What do we look for in January? We look for 115, 116, killing 115, execution 116. I mean, I was looking at June 11th earlier this month. I mean, this is stuff we do all the time. So do you see how we're already ahead of the game? Execution 116, January 16th, there was a stock market crash. The Forex crash in the foreign exchange market happened the day before, killing 115. You see what they're doing? Two numbers often used in these negative rituals. Oh, even better, even better. Stock market equals 161 on 16/1. There was a crash. That's why that's a specific detail in this ritual. A major stock market crash on 161. Stock market 161. And remember, this is all from Switzerland. This is their propaganda event. Switzerland 151 on 151 it happens. Because I love sharing this information. People are wondering, oh, what are the numbers behind the stock market? How do I get ahead? What's the edge? This is it. This is one of them. Of course, there's plenty more. Don't be surprised if there's some real, like, metaphysical shit to this, too. Not what I'm showing you, but there could be some even deeper thing I don't know. But let's just take this and run with it. You see how easy this is to see? Excel Market closes, a New Zealand brokerage firm. FXCM, they got bought out, though, after their loss. So they end up being fine. Because they were already a good broker. You know, if you're a good broker, you're accredited, backed up, have a good, capital and all that, and a good amount of clients. That's your main thing. If you have a really good client base, you're fine because someone else is going to come buy you out. So someone bought all their clients up. They got lucky because of that. Well, I don't want to use the word lucky. I mean, they were good business people and benefited off because of that. So they tell you all the clients, all the Forex brokers that got fucked by the federal government. I mean, look, Citibank reports a massive loss of 150 million. Guys, I'm telling you the truth. They lost their clients' money probably. They probably didn't pay them back. They themselves, the Zionist Jew bankers who run Citibank does everything by the numbers as we've seen. I'm sure the false Jew banking interests banked very hard and profited very nicely off of this. Illuminati equals 150. Happened on the 15th. We were out 15 at 38, like death, killing, murder. FXCM accuses the Swiss National Bank of recklessness in the way it abandoned the peg. Yes, but why would you accuse them? You should understand that is the federal government. That is the type of stuff they do. Why would you be surprised? That's why you should have been short. I mean, they're the brokers, so you can't really blame them in that sense. But maybe you should have just been a dealing desk, knowing who the players are. The federal government. It's one world order. They will do stuff like this. I think the next peg to be pulled, per se, I mean, it's not a real peg, it's just the Beyond Meat craze right now. Beyond Meat stocks been just pumped up. It just takes one earnings report. The next earnings will probably suck or something, and then there's a huge sell-off. And before you know it'll be trading under the $100 range, maybe around there. That's just an example. Because this type of shit happens all the time. And who runs Beyond Meat? The federal government. So I think we're gonna close it there. 15 minutes. I think the takeaway though of everything, I didn't even mean for this to be the takeaway, but I can't get over this. Stock market 161 on 16/1 was the stock market crash. I mean, that's so specific because this whole thing's about the Forex market. And I know they all have their interactions and stuff like that, but you know what I mean? It's about the Euro Swissy, it's about the Swiss National Bank, the euro, and the whole how it's all pegged. We saw that. And the stock market gets affected on 16/1. That's when the crash was. You know, date with 43 numerology. Again, it crashed 31. The day before is date with 31, but killing 43. 43 is when it happened at 4:30. Crash equals 32. The next day was a day with 32 numerology. You see how they made this work? Crash 31, 32. So a date with 31 and 32 numerology. the financial foreign exchange market crashes. Date with 31. The stock market crashes. Date with 32. By the numbers. You know, death 25. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this put more insight onto the financial industry. Understand, guys, I still am a complete noob. I consider myself that because it's a big world of stuff to know. I don't claim to know even a fraction of it. But here's what I'm saying. Why should I have to sit here and learn everything and know more and get qualified to share this particular piece? All I'm trying to share with you is how this is being done by this numerical system, which means you can use that to your own advantage in the financial markets in any way you see fit that helps you. You know, Freemason 96, September 6. Like this site we're getting this from is very well, it's not even from the Freemasons. But this event that they're talking about is from the Freemasons. You know, how it happened at 4:30, I mean, this site didn't decide that to happen. The Freemasons did. I mean, I love how they paired this. I love how they structured this, though. 115, 4:30. Killing 115.43. Masonic 115.43. I don't know what bankrupt sums to. Bankrupt 31. You know, the first crash, again, date with 31 numerology. Bankrupt 113. That's a very nice one. Another 113. Bankrupt, perjury, dishonest, green screen, mainstream. You know, you can file for bankruptcy in a dishonest way. I mean, you file for bankruptcy, you get bailed out, and the whole idea of bankruptcy has that whole 113 bullshit in it anyway. You know what I mean? It's like divorce. It's just nasty, but sometimes it has to be done, and you know, but usually a lot of it's done based on like dishonest reasons, and you know, do I have to say more? I'm sure didn't Donald Trump, the Saturnian actor, file for bankruptcy? Oh, he has a history. I'm sure, guys, people talk about this all the time. But guys, again, does he really have a bankruptcy history? He's an actor. I mean, probably not. Or if he does, we don't know about the real ones. Yeah, of course, the actor, the Saturnian Pi, you know, Pi 11 actor from the 11th state, filing for his Chapter 11 bankruptcy for his company 6 times. You know, 116, execution 116. Already just talking about this pattern, we see it here then. 116, execution 116. The stock market crashed on January 16th. Trump has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy for his companies 6 times. You know, Saturn, the 6th planet from the sun. This Saturnian actor. Unbelievable. What an actor. Trump has been sued 3,500 times. Thelema 35. What a thelemic Saturnian actor. I mean, come on. So I call him that. Everywhere you look. Taj Mahal, the Trump Taj Mahal. That's one of his real estate. Guys, again, that's all government real estate, and he's just the actor on it. Look at this shit. What was I just saying? That's PolitiFact is bullshit propaganda. I mean, look at this. 314 about this Pi actor. Oh my god. Pi 11 from the 11th state. Pi 2529 like Trump. 314, 3.14 like Pi. I mean, are you seeing this? Prophecy 106. October 6, 2014. Donald 23, a life lesson number 23. Saturn 30, 30 numerology. Donald 50, 50, 23 numerology. I just put out a video today about Donald Trump being in propaganda with 50, 23 numerology. And you see here, 2350. Fake news bullshit. This Eminem looking actor right here. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up and not be in this propaganda? But guess what? The real Slim Shady will come out. And may he not participate in propaganda, too bad he will, because he's an actor for the federal government. I have a video on this channel about Eminem as well, how he's a fake news actor for the Freemasons. So may the real Slim Shady, I'll tell you. And that might be the whole thing. It was about how it doesn't look like Eminem, but anyway, it's all whole different story. Let's not go there in this video. I have a video on it, but it might just tie into that whole riddle too. The real Slim Shady, please stand up. Maybe because there's clones of them out there or some shit, and this current Eminem looks nothing like the one who's been around. So yeah, we'll close it there before this gets too long. But you see it here. Donald Trump is an actor for the Freemasons. The Swiss National Bank is the federal government. Donald Trump is an actor for them. The European Union, the European National Bank as well. Whatever. I mean, that's not their real name, but you know what I mean. Also the government. Also this one world order. Understand that. European Central Bank. And Mario Draghi or whatever his name is, the president of that, guys, he's an actor. I think it might be World Bank. You know what I'm saying? All these international European actors who go on the TV and tell you this and that. They do it by specific code. This is a theatrical actor for the Zionist Jews. Very well, one of them as well, one of the bankers. Look at this. 93 birthday and 47. Isn't this the same date Israel was drawn up? On September 3rd, 1947? I mean, need I say more? I'm telling you how he's an asset for the false Zionist Jew bankers, and we get this. What else do you need to see? This is the type of world you're living out. Unbelievable. I cannot believe this guy's birthday. Time 47, Saturn 93. This is one of the actors responsible for manipulating the markets. He himself doesn't, but he knows all about it. He knows what the big banks are doing. He knows how all the dumb money is being faded every single day by the people that he employs. So we'll leave it there. Peace out.